Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back! Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo! I see you because I'm YouTube! I'm breaking things. Famous now. Available in 2021. The album. Which album? Whose album? My album. Yeah. Dad. F. Hey little thing, let me light your candle, cause it's at the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Happy Wednesday. How are you guys doing today? Oh my Lord. What a week. I was up at 9 o'clock in the morning this morning. I have done so many things, let me tell you, okay? Today I got coffee. That's really a hardship right there. And then I went to Spirit Halloween. I filmed that whole thing for my Peter Does Stuff channel. Then I even figured out how to include spooky music over it. That took me about 3 hours. And then, what else did I do? I did a Peterisms video for my Peterisms channel. I filmed my vlog because I went to bed early. I've had a day. Let me just tell you. I talked to my cousin Caroline on the phone. You know my cousin Caroline. We have the grandma that went to prison. Don't worry about it. If you don't know that story, another day. Anyway, happy Wednesday. You have made it halfway through the week. And what better way to commemorate making it halfway through the week than spending it with me? Some of your favorite drama commentary candle review company channel. Hi, how are you? Anyway, happy Wednesday. It's almost the weekend. For some of you, I guess, and if you're in college, it's already the weekend. So happy weekend if you're in college. When I was in college, well, that was before I got sober, so we won't. I've told that story a million times. The weekend started for me really on Tuesdays. Well, the weekend really never started and ended for me. It just kind of was always the weekend for me back then. Anyway, happy Wednesday. How are you doing today? I got some exciting things to do at the beginning. I have my new Lunar Beauty lip glosses from his newest release, from Manny's newest release that came in the mail today. I'm very, very excited about trying these out. But I also have a very special guest with me. And no, you might be saying, is it Centipede? No, it's not. It's my good Judy that comes to visit every October, and that is Sally. Hey, Sally, how are you? She said, well, I got a little bit of whiplash going on. Sally, how have you been? She said, well, I mean, it's been a hard year. What's been so hard? I mean, men, they just screw you over, don't they? Really, Sally? I'm sorry. We're going to find you a good man this year. Really? Okay. Now, have you been keeping up with the Trisha and Moses and all that? Because we're going to talk about the text messages today. Yeah, I got some advice for Trisha. What's your advice, honey? She says, stay away from men. They all... Now, Sally, she said, what? They all suck. Honey, you look so pretty. She said, I do. She said, well, I got myself all ready for RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul, are you going on RuPaul's Drag Race? This isn't RuPaul's Drag... No, honey, this is a drama commentary channel. My name is Peter Monn. You know that. This isn't RuPaul. No, honey, this is a lowly drama commentary channel. Well, I guess I'll stay anyway. Well, thank you, Sally. I appreciate it. Are you sure you're not RuPaul's Drag... No. Do you have any connections? I sure don't. But anyway, so thank you for being in the video with me today. Now, can you flip a fan? She says, I sure can flip a fan. Oh my God, Sally, you did such a good job. Hold on, let's try it again. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't so good. Hold on. Look at that, Sally. My Lord, you're so good at flipping the fan. She said, I know, I was ready for RuPaul's Drag Race. Are you sure this isn't No, honey, it's not RuPaul's Drag Race. I wish it was. Trust me, I do. But anyway, you just sit back there and you give us your 2 cents about Trisha Paytas and all that. Here, we'll make your hair look real pretty and all that. Okay. So there's Sally. She's back. Now, we're going to try the Lunar Beauty. I think this is called Coffin. I bought like 5 of them, you guys, because it looks so pretty online. And I thought, well, Celine, because Celine is Celine. Dion. Celine is like my favorite lip gloss of life, but it's kind of more of a summer color, you know? So I thought, what are these called? Coven. They're called Coven. So I bought, here they are. I bought 5 of them. So here they are, 5 Coven lip glosses. This is what the packaging looks like, because I'm a beauty guru, so I have to show it like that. Shh, I'll give you some in just a second. So when you open it, let's just open the box and see what it looks like. See if the packaging is the same. Pump him out. Oh, it looks exactly like the Celine. Almost identical to the Celine. Okay, and this is called Coven. So let's try this color and see what it looks like. It's almost identical to the Celine color. That's weird. Okay. Smells the same. It's almost kind of even a little bit lighter than Celine. Ooh, I love it. I might have found me a new favorite. Oh, sorry. You want to try some too? Here you go, honey. You tell me what you think, okay? Here you go. She said, ooh, I feel like I'm baking some cookies in the kitchen. It smells so good. All right, so you ready, Sally? She said, I'm ready. Let's get into talking about Trisha Paytas and these text messages. Y'all know about this. So I saw this, it was going around, and I didn't really know much about it. So you know that this ex-girlfriend of Moses, who is Trisha Paytas' fiance, has had a lot to say, okay? She got on an Instagram story. I covered that in a video. And then there were text messages that came out, and everybody was talking about that. I talked about it in a video as well. Well, apparently, new text messages, new old text. They're from the past, but they're new ones that have come out. And this is from courtesy of Frenemies Room, which I will link below. It's an Instagram account, Frenemies Updates Drama Room. The Frenemies Podcast Aftermath, Influencer, and YouTuber Drama. So I will link it below. I am taking the receipts straight from there and reading them off of here. So here you go. This is from 4 days ago. I have seen them posted on other Instagram sites as well and all over. So these are, I don't know, it doesn't say anywhere in here where these text messages came from. So I don't know if Frenemies Room got them directly from the person, the ex-girlfriend, I can't remember what her name is, the ex-girlfriend or not. But it says underneath here, leaked old text message, or texts between Moses and his ex. Looks like Moses likes to plan weddings a lot and sees himself as a healer for eating issues. Yeah, okay. Also, swipe to the last slide where Moses makes a racially insensitive comment. Also, grass is green. I don't know what that means. But anyway, I have not read... Oh, somebody's mowing the yard back there. Sally, I'm making a drama video! We're making a drama video back here. Come on. I mean, this is YouTubers in the Midwest. Anyway, he's back there on his riding lawnmower. He's looking in here right now like we're crazy. Well, I'm filming a video. What do you want? Okay, Sally said, what do you want? Oh, I forgot. Did you guys know she's a lamb? What do they call those? A glamber? You're a glamber? What do you want from me? This is called being by yourself for 8 hours a day. What do you want from me? That old Adam Lambert song. My husband and I one time, we got free tickets to go meet and see Adam Lambert, of which I'm not a Glambert, or whatever they're called. But we got to go meet him, and let me just tell you, he is super, super attractive in person, and he's super tall. He's like he was like taller than my husband. My husband's like 6'1", 6'1". And so he was taller than him, so he's got to be like 6'2" or 6'3", and he is super good looking in person, you guys. He wasn't all made up. He just had like sweatpants, like gray regular sweatpants on, you know, and a t-shirt, and we met him, and anyway, if I have the picture in here somewhere. If anybody wants to see it, I'll throw it up. I was so tan back there. I was like, tan as leather. Anyway, so maybe I'll throw that picture up here somewhere if you guys care. What do you want from me? Oh, but this is the story. So there was these two people in front of us. Like the whole audience was all like Glamberts, you know, and they looked just like Adam Lambert and stuff. And so there was just two people in front of us. I think I knew maybe 1 or 2 songs in the entire repertoire of Adam Lambert. And there were these two people, and they were like, had the hair and everything just like Adam Lambert. And they knew like every song, and I'll never forget, because like Alex and I looked at each other and we started laughing on that part. They're like, they were pointing at him. What do you want from me? I want you to treat me like one of my fans, but I'm not one of your fans. Sally, just sit right there. Okay. Never a dull moment over here, okay? Woo! Let's get to these text messages. Okay, first of all, let me just say, I don't know where these text messages come from, okay? I don't know if they're real. I do know this. It is very easy to fake text messages, okay? There's even apps and programs out there where you can fake text messages. So I don't know if they're real or not, but I will say this, that people are insinuating that this is at the time that Moses was like heavily dating Trisha and all this kind of stuff, right? Here's my 2 things that I speculate with these text messages. First of all, she already put out one whole thing of text messages, okay? Why now, 2 months later, put out another thing of text messages? I'm just playing devil's advocate, okay? Why put another round of text messages out? Why not just put them all out at the same time? And are there more text messages that you will be releasing over time? Like, and second of all, it kind of cracks me up because it's like, okay, this girl dated Moses Hackman, that his only fame at the time, okay, was the fact that he is sisters to Ela Klein, who is the wife of Ethan Klein on YouTube. Like, that's the only claim to fame that Moses Hackman has at the time that he's, like, talking to this girl, right? Then he starts dating Trisha Paytas. Now, having read these text messages in the past, it's very obvious because this girl says in past text messages that she has followed Trisha Paytas for 10 plus years, okay? So you have followed Trisha Paytas for 10 plus years. You then go on a date or several dates or whatever happened with this guy, okay, who ends up incidentally dating Trisha Paytas later, right? Which, okay, weird world, yes, weirder things have happened. I mean, on a daily basis. Do you watch my channel? Weird things happen all the time. So, you know, like, that's interesting to me, right? Okay, but then to, like, keep the story going on, okay? And I have to say that at some point, you know, and I think this is, like, very common with, like, anybody dating somebody. It's like, Moses had a past life before he met Trisha. Trisha had a past life before, you know, they met Moses and who they dated and things like that. And it's like, I don't know, it's like, at some point, it's like, okay, if this is at the beginning, yes, he has said some not so nice things about Trisha, and I haven't read all these text messages, but he has said some not so nice things about Trisha in these text messages. But at the same time, it's like, well, was this at the beginning of their dating? Like, I mean, I almost am kind of like, who cares at this point? Like, I mean, we're at 14 and a half minutes of this girl's 15 minutes of fame. And I'm like, are you doing anything at this point to kind of like hold on to it? So anyway, I don't know how, I mean, that's just how I feel as Peter Monn, the human being, okay? As a drama channel, let's get all nervous and hyped up about it. Okay, so let's talk about these text messages. I'm just going to read through them because I have not read them through myself. I just was watching a little bit of Adam McIntyre's video. And so anyway, I'm just going to read a little bit of it. Because when he started reading them, I thought, well, I'm just going to read them myself and find out what I think. So anyway, so hey, Adam, how are you? Okay, here's how it goes. I have been around fame and fortune the most of my time here. It's an ugly scene. That's what Moses says. The girl responds and says, it can definitely get corrupted. Okay, apparently she knows because she's famous, I guess. I don't know. He said, I live my life in my bubble of water and plants away from human drama because he thinks he's water, right? Okay. And then she says, again, you have a good time and enjoy yourself. That is what all this is for anyway. And he responds and says, I'll be happy if I can share it with someone. I do. And this is the other thing to me is that, like, when I was, like, looking at him first, there's, like, pieces that are cut off. And I'm like, is there edited pieces out of this? Like, are there pieces that, listen, you guys, I'm just being completely fair to this situation, okay? I'm like, are there pieces that are missing from this? Now, don't come over here and say to me, oh, you're giving Trisha Paytas a free pass again and blah, 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 blah. I have been hard on Trisha Paytas when the time is appropriate, okay? But I'm just saying, these messages come out, okay, which we don't even know if they're real or not. I'm not saying that they're not, but I'm not saying that they are. And there's missing pieces between the text messages that, like, don't make sense, okay? So you go on and you read this, and it says, Moses says, Ethan said that I will have to disclose anyone that I am talking to, and I'll ask to take away the age restrictions. I mostly care about character and intentions. And she responds and says, I'm perfectly okay with you disclosing us talking if you are. And she puts like kind of like this, that smirking kind of face, you know. And then it says, would be ashamed to miss out because of an age restriction. And he says, I always assume that online conversations are public. And then she says something, and it says, Ela seemed hesitant. And you don't get to see that part, okay? You don't get to see the conversation that occurred before that. And then it goes on and it says, you know that I am a man, and I decide what my future will be. Well, okay. Especially in this field, the show is one thing, and my personal life is another. No one tells me what to do or how to be. Usually it's the other way around. And most important, people trust my judgment. I have met people that are 22 and more mature than any 30-year-old. If I looked and acted my age, it would be one thing, but I am timeless. because he's water, right? Okay. So then it goes this other thing, and you can't, like, I mean, the thing is, you can't really see, like, what the real conversation is here, okay? And then it says, yeah, they're useless. This is her saying it. I hear Instagram is the only place to find future wives, so, I mean, I don't even know it. Really? Seriously? Okay. And then he says, LA is hard when it comes to meeting people. So this must be back to the conversation again about LA and whatever. And then she says, what a coincidence. Yeah, LA is weird when it comes to things that are real. And he said, in New York. And like, even reading this, you guys, like, I'm like, are there missing parts here still? Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, when you're listening to it, if you're reading it like a text conversation, I mean, how many of you have text conversations I have them all day long with my husband, and if you read them back and forth, they would make sense. This doesn't make sense, you know? Unless there are phone calls or something that's happening in between there that we're not aware of. He says, in New York, I would have been married with kids now, and she says, yikes. And then he says, or then she says, real adult things, and when she says yikes, he hearts it. And then she says, real adult things, scary, and he says, not by choice, and she says, oh, and he said, in New York, girls just take what they want. Okay, so apparently Moses has some issue with New York, I guess. And not New York from, you know, I love her so much. But anyway, so then it says, since you will, then it skips this another whole other storyline, and it says, since you will send photos or video to the show anyway, the close-up photo is beautiful, but it doesn't capture the person. I'm very visual. So this makes me think that, like, there's some kind of exchange going on talking about the H3H3 show, okay? So I'm very confused about this at this point. And she said, you're right. I can send a body pic, clothed, like I said, child of God. I don't know what that, I don't get what that means. She doesn't send naked pictures because I don't get it. Okay. So that somebody has probably already deciphered this whole thing, and it's like, Peter is totally missing the point. Well, fill me in on the comment section below because I don't get it. I try to do these drama videos without, I did yesterday watch a bunch of drama videos, but when I do, then I feel like they kind of affect my opinion. So I try to go in and just like give my opinion without, you know what I'm saying. What? Is this RuPaul's Drag Race yet? No, girl, it's not, okay? And you wouldn't win anyway. Oh. She walked off the show. Oh, wait. What was that? I was Trisha Paytas walking off the show. Well, you're back. I know. Can we still film? Yes. Okay. Call Dr. Drew. Okay. So anyway, I can know anything. I can know this is Moses. I can know everything about a person when I see them, especially if I see them walk and talk. Body language tells all. Okay. So then he said, oh wait, here's the part about the pictures. Okay. So these are like in backward order, I guess. So he says, hold on a second, they're talking about pictures, and he says, not nude or anything like that, since you will send photos or video in the show anyway. The close-up photo is beautiful, but it doesn't capture the person. Okay, so I don't know, that goes back to that. And then she said, I do have a small confession to make then. And he says, sure, better now, you have no body, question mark. And she says, I've had an eating disorder on and off for about 10 years, and so my weight does kind of yo-yo. I'm not horrendous, but I feel that way sometimes. Okay, so she discloses to him that she's had this eating disorder. And she says, sometimes I wish I didn't, LOL. I am uncomfortable with my body sometimes, but I'm working on it. Doing a lot better now, but I definitely have my Latina body, so curves are inevitable. And he says, I'm sorry to hear that. I can help you with that regardless of what our future will be. I love curves. You are lucky. And so this is where people are saying, apparently, you know, he can solve eating disorder issues. Just to let you know now, hold on a second. I like to joke around all the time. And where does this go? I can have serious conversations. She says, I just am a bit awkward. And he says, nothing to apologize for. And she said, what are some examples of things you feel don't apply to you? And then says, I'm just trying to understand if you mean broadly or specific things. And he says, the weakness and fears most men have towards women. Okay, but it goes back, and before this it says, I'm looking for a photo I have now. I am out with my roommates. This is her. So I can't really take a photo right now. And he says, I have dinner plans at 6. So you won't think I am reacting to the photo that you haven't sent me yet. And she says, LOL, okay. And then he says, so is this the reason you don't have many photos? Yes. So he says, so is this the reason you don't have many photos of you on Instagram? I wondered that too. And so then, okay, so I don't know. This conversation is so confusing to read, you guys. So then she says, I see, that's all right. He says, you have to understand that I am like a time traveler. And okay, girl. And she says, in what way? Like, how are you even having a serious conversation with this person at this point? And he says, nothing to know about man apply to me. And she says, so no passport? And he says, haha, this is so corny. Okay, I'm going to get some tea, I don't know, I can't understand it. Going to drive, man is male? He said, he's going to get some, he says, going to drive, man is male. And she says, okay, no rush, yes, male. And he says, religious people are, but it is just a front. This is where I feel like either this is like a highly edited text conversation or it makes no sense. How would you even follow this? I would, like, to me, I would respond to him and be like, when he says, man is male, I would be like, huh? Huh? I'm confused. He says, religious people are, but it is just a front. Most are weak and insecure, which is the reason they are violent towards women. Totally beta. So back to our point. I don't know which point that is at this point. Oh, Trisha. You in danger, girl. Trisha, you in danger, girl. Why is Trisha in danger? Because if this is the kind of conversation that Trisha has to have on a daily basis, you in danger, girl. You in danger. I am so confused by this conversation. Okay, so back to our point. I will help you understand what I am talking about so you can own it yourself. Can you imagine this conversation if this was between Trisha Paytas and Moses? He'd be like sitting there explaining all this stuff to Trisha, and Trisha would be like this. Can we have Domino's pizza though? That is like so my friend Melissa. When we went to the Fox Hollow Farms to do that, where the serial killer killed, 29 gay men, we did like this paranormal experience there. And so we're in there and we're talking to the owner and he's explaining everything to us in the kitchen. And he gets to the end and he goes, any questions? And my friend Melissa goes, can we order pizza? I was like, Melissa. And the rest of the group was like, yeah, pizza sounds good. And I was like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. Okay. So anyway, so he says, so back to our point, I will help you understand what I am talking about so you can own it yourself. And she says, please do. And he said, it's not for you to understand, not me to teach. If you will, it will be yours. And no one will ever hypnotize you again. She said, is this when I drink the Kool-Aid? Oh, girl, she called him out. She called him out. She did. She was like, is this? Yes, exactly. That's exactly what's going on here. Okay. My battery died right when I was getting to the end of these text messages. Okay. So then the last text message is, Moses says, the funny thing is that Ethan got to see her lady parts before I will get to. And he said, in theory. And then she says, wait, what? And Moses said she sent him a pic. And she says, oh, I forgot her tweet. So she's apparently reading all of Trisha Paytas' tweets, I guess. And she said, Jesus. Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel! This is madness! And so then Moses said, I didn't want to see it, not into black guys, which is the comment that they are referring to underneath here that says Moses makes a racially insensitive comment. I am so confused about these text messages, you guys. They make no sense whatsoever. I don't know. Even if this girl just came up with it on her own, like, it really makes no sense. So, then there's another part. Is there any other context to this? I'm like looking through their, oh, here she says, please stop asking me private questions about, oh, Lord. Okay, that's very serious. It's just a lot of that. So, talking about Moses, hold on a second. Yeah, it's a lot about that. Anyway, you guys, it's a lot. It's a lot. So anyway, let me know, You in danger, girl. Thank you. Listen, Sally, we have had enough of your opinion. She says, do I get to go on RuPaul's Drag Race now? Was this an audition? This was not an audition, Sally, but I do want to say that I really appreciate you being on the look at her, she's so pissed. She's like, I thought this was RuPaul's Drag Race. Well, it's not. And she disappears. No, anyway, thank you, Sally. You're welcome. I love you. I love you too. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.